You're listening to Four Things to Know, a WCCO daily news podcast.
Today is Friday, March 13th. I'm Maria Lizignoli.
And I'm Johnny Connor. Thanks for listening to Four Things to Know.
Today we had some very strong winds in the metro. Xcel Energy said more than 20,000 of their customers in the greater metro lost power as of this recording around 1 o'clock today. And that's likely due to the heavy winds overnight. And guess what? Another snowstorm is on the way. Let's check in on timing this weekend.
Hey guys, it's the call before our major weekend winter storm. I know we've still had some gusty winds. Those do calm down as we head through this evening. Overnight low temperatures in the metro tonight falling back into the mid-20s with just a couple of passing clouds. Tomorrow we start off dry and calm. We cloud back up, though, as we head throughout our Saturday. Snow showers start to move on in as we head into the evening hours. High temperatures will be in the mid to upper 30s. But as we head into Saturday night, through our day on Sunday, that is when we're expecting heavy snow, strong winds to impact travel. Right now for the metro, we are thinking 12 to 18 inches of accumulation, really messing up any of your weekend plans.
WCCO's Connor White is working on what the state of Minnesota is doing to prepare for the storm.
We are told by officials down here in Rochester that the southern part of the state is going to be hit particularly hard. And if some of these forecasting predictions are correct, up to around 2 feet in a relatively short amount of time, it's going to be very difficult for them to keep up with that amount of snowfall and accumulation. And it's very possible that there could be road closures on those state highways. So they're urging people to take warning seriously and to continue checking the news to be able to make sure that you're not on the road at a time where you really shouldn't be. Now, this is all going to be coming down over the next couple of days, and it's something that could change with some degree of frequency. So continue to look to WCCO for the latest updates.
Number 2 today, the Minnesota Senate Judiciary and Public Safety Committees held a hearing on a number of gun safety measures. The topics included an assault weapons ban and creating an Office of Gun Violence Prevention. We heard from Mike Moisky. He's the father of Annunciation shooting victim Harper Moisky. He spoke about the pain of losing his daughter to gun violence.
Kids watching their friends get shot. Teachers and students throwing themselves over classmates to try and shield them. Gun smoke filling the air as people screamed, prayed, and most tried to survive. And this continued second after second for 2 full minutes. Before you accuse our stories of being political theater, I want you to recognize that actors and stage crew get to go home at night to their lives. We go home at night to an empty room, an empty chair at our kitchen table.
Number 3, a vigil today in Minnesota will mourn the lives lost on the first day of the war with Iran. Today's vigil is at Whittier Park in Minneapolis to remember the 180 lives lost, mostly children from an elementary school bombing in southern Iran. The vigil is organized by the Minnesota Anti-War Committee, and it starts tonight at 8. We've also been tracking the impact the war is having on gas prices here at home. Our Barrett Leone has been watching this closely and has some ways you can save.
Federal officials say that this rise in gas prices is temporary. However, there's no end in sight with the conflict overseas. Here in Minnesota, we've seen 18 cents go up in just the last week. So we have new numbers from AAA on gas prices. The national average is now up to $3.63. Here in Minnesota, we're at $3.38. This time last year, the state's average was $2.98. Good news, though. Consumer experts say there are some simple ways to stretch every gallon of gas. First, check your tire pressure. The U.S. Department of Energy says properly inflated tires can improve gas mileage by 3%. Experts also recommend smooth driving, slow down, and avoid hard acceleration, hard stops that tends to burn more gas. Lastly, shop around. Fuel prices can differ from station to station. Apps like Gas Buddy can help you find the cheapest prices nearby. And I did download Gas Buddy just to see what it was all about, and it has different prices, differing at least 20 cents, which adds up when you're getting gas. Of course, the prices at the pump aren't the only impacts we're feeling at home. Farmers are also feeling the impacts of a fertilizer shortage as they prepare for spring planting. So a lot of impacts here at home.
Number 4 today, despite the potential for a huge winter storm, people across the Twin Cities are getting ready for St. Patrick's Day celebrations this weekend and into next week. And today, St. Paul Mayor Kali Herr visited the Downtown Improvement District Safety Communications Center to see how they are getting ready for all those celebrations. Here's John Lauritsen.
Mayor Herr was joined by the Downtown Improvement District, and much of their press conference centered on what they've done to keep the city safe and clean. The Downtown Improvement District covers 90 blocks, and they say they do a lot for trash pickup and wellness checks. St. Paul's St. Patrick's Day Parade will be on Tuesday, but this weekend they'll have added staff to make sure downtown celebrations are fun and safe.
And we moved it to Saturday this year to try to bring more families in and get them to spend the afternoon in Minneapolis. We have a party afterwards at the Basilica, and there's tons of bars around town that are throwing specials all day long.
Yeah, and that was actually Colin Black, who's with Minneapolis Fire. Minneapolis is having their parade tomorrow, and of course they're going to have a lot going on there as well. 200 people from Annunciation Parish will be marching in the parade as grand marshals. This has been going on for over 50 years in Minneapolis. And of course, the annual St. Patrick's Day beginning in downtown Minneapolis will go for about 6 blocks. A big talk here is obviously the weather. And they say right now in downtown Minneapolis, there is no contingency plan for the weather. So they're hoping this holds off. It begins at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. They're hoping this holds off at least for a window of time so they can get that parade in and any festivities that happen afterwards.
And now, here's more to know.
The son of former House Speaker Melissa Hortman is pushing for change so other families don't have to face the same difficulty he did when he was cleaning up his parents' home after they were murdered. Colin Hortman testified at a House committee meeting Thursday. He told lawmakers that law enforcement deployed tear gas in his parents' house when they thought the accused assassin was still inside. Well, it left extensive damage that needed some serious cleaning. Hortman said it was a lot to manage, working with both homeowners insurance and the city's insurance. And this bill would streamline that process and clarify what cleanup work is covered to make a home safe again.
This was my childhood home. And after my parents died, there were things that I wanted to do there as part of my grieving and healing process that had to be put on hold for months while we argued over what the insurance company would pay for. That weight came on top of everything else our family was dealing with. The public nature of the case, the ongoing criminal proceedings, and the impact the trauma had on our entire family. Fighting over whether basic cleaning was good enough when the industry standard was clearly more thorough made an already painful situation even harder.
The Hortman's alleged killer, Vance Belter, was indicted on 6 federal charges and could face the death penalty.
There's an effort in Congress to expand military health coverage to include IVF for service members and their families. Minnesota Representative Kelly Morrison is an OBGYN supporting the bipartisan bill. She says more women are serving in the military and infertility has become an issue for them. It's why many are turning to in vitro fertilization.
I think it's critically important that veterans get the care that they have earned. And if your service caused infertility, then we should be making sure that it's covered and we're helping you to grow your family.
During his campaign, President Donald Trump pledged to make IVF free for all Americans. This bill would help service members pay for the costly procedures.
Police say catalytic converter thefts are up. They've seen 40 more thefts since this time last year. The thefts dropped sharply back in 2024 after new laws made it easier to identify a stolen converter and created harsher penalties. Well, right now, police say they can't pinpoint exactly why the crime is becoming more common again.
We have new details about an oil leak at the nuclear plant in Monticello. The state is now investigating reports that people may have seen a visible oily layer on the Mississippi River downstream from that facility. Earlier this week, Xcel Energy claimed that 200 gallons of oil had leaked from the plant, but they said it did not make it into the river. Then on Wednesday, the company said workers found a small amount of mineral oil along the shoreline and are working to clean it up. The state now says it's monitoring that work.
Johnny, this story is kind of crazy. Okay, so A student says someone peed on her belongings at school. And now there's a police investigation and a professor is off the job. Police say the accusation came from a student at McAllister College in St. Paul. WCCO got a copy of the police report. The suspect's name matches the name of a chemistry professor there. An email from McAllister says that professor is no longer teaching at the school. The college did not comment on the situation, so we're still working to learn more. But I'm wondering, how did they know that that was the professor that allegedly peed on the students' belongings? And why? So many questions.
That's a new one for me. I can't say I've ever heard. I don't think we've talked about a story quite like this one on this show.
Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. They must have taken samples, right?
Maybe.
I have no idea.
Maybe. I mean, how else? Or was it on camera? These are all questions we're going to be asking, and we'll update you if we learn them.
Maria, I'm so happy to have you back because you were working the early morning shift this week.
Yes, it was a grind. I'm happy to do it, but I really did miss the podcast.
Well, now you're back, and I was talking about Kyler Murray for a couple days. Now he's officially a Viking. It's a 1-year contract. In my opinion, it would be pretty shocking if he's not the starter. Kevin O'Connell, though, would not say that yesterday. When he was asked if he would name a starter between Murray or J.J. McCarthy, he said, quote, "Unless I'm confused in any way, shape, or form, I don't believe we have to name one of those guys currently." So he wasn't having it. I don't buy it, though. Kyler will definitely be the guy.
You think?
He has to be.
After McCarthy's season, yeah.
Totally. And Murray, get this, he was also a Vikings fan growing up, and he said becoming a member of the Vikings was not something on his radar, though.
Genuine fandom. Ran deep, Vikings gear through and through. A lot of purple in my household. I don't want to bring it up right now, but maybe later, another day. It was a moment. I'll bring it up anyways. Whatever. I cried real tears whenever Brett threw that interception. I cried real tears that day.
I mean, that's kind of adorable.
He's really pulling at the heartstrings of fans.
I know. So he talked about Favre throwing a pass, and he cried tears. What is he talking about?
Yeah, 2009 NFC title game. Vikings fans remember it well. All we needed was a field goal to win at the end of regulation. Favre threw across his body, interception. The Saints win in overtime. But this is funny. So Brett Favre today tweeted that, quote, responding to Kyler's comment that you just heard, "That's the loss that hurts most. We had a real chance to win a Super Bowl that year, but it wasn't meant to be."
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, they were both very upset about that one.
Yeah, all Vikings. I mean, there's so many infamous games in this team's history, but that was like the first one that really hurt me. I was 9 years old, and I still remember where I was watching with my buddies and family. So,
did you have
just
a
like
Favre
Kyler.
Jersey on?
I didn't have a Favre, probably an AP jersey, I would say. I don't remember, but I didn't cry like Kyler did. So
okay.
He better not cry on the field this year. We need some wins.
We do.
The Timberwolves, they're in Golden State tonight. They've lost 3 in a row. That's a team that needs some wins.
No kidding.
9 o'clock tip-off tonight. And more basketball. Selection Sunday for the NCAA March Madness tournament is this weekend. We'll find out about the men's bracket at 5 p.m. on Sunday. You can watch it on Channel 4, CBS, of course. And CBS Sports and TNT, they will provide live coverage for all 67 college basketball games. That's a lot of games, Maria. They'll also be streamed on Paramount Plus, so you can watch it there, too. And the first 4 games, those will be played on Tuesday and Wednesday. So March Madness, just a couple of days away. We just got to get through the snowstorm.
Oh my gosh, I know, right? Speaking of snow, I'm going to the Frost game tonight at the Grand Casino Arena. I'm so pumped. It's the first time the Frost will be back in Minnesota since the Winter Olympic Games. And of course, we had 6 Frost players on the team, Team USA. I'm so excited.
You should be. And it's funny you mentioned that. So I was at the Wild game last night, and they honored all 6 before the game.
That's so
Taylor
sick.
Heisey everyone got loud ovations, but it erupted when they announced Taylor Heisey.
Oh, yeah. She's amazing.
Yeah.
They're all amazing. I'm really excited. The game's at 7, and I'll let you know next week how it goes.
It's time to take a breath with your Daily Bright Spot.
You've probably heard of the Emmy Award-winning HBO Max series, The Pit, right, Johnny?
I have heard of it. Through you.
Heard of it, right, but you haven't seen it.
I have not seen it.
It's amazing, first of all, but it has a Minnesota connection, okay? The show depicts a daily life inside an emergency room in Pittsburgh. It has captivated millions of viewers, and it's been praised for its medical accuracy. I mean, seriously, I watch like TikTok videos of doctors analyzing every single episode and being like, "Yup, that's right.
Really?
Yup, that's all accurate." And it's accurate because there are actual doctors helping script the show, helping the actors.
Oh, wow.
Literally pronounce the words correctly, because there are so many that you're like, what? I don't even know what he's just saying.
This sounds like a way better show than like the murder mystery. Those shows aren't for me. You know, if I could learn something, that sounds great.
Oh, totally. And one of the doctors that helps out in the scripting is from Minnesota. Dr. Jacob Lentz works in the ER at M Health Fairview Lakes in Wyoming, Minnesota. He also serves as the technical medical consultant for the show. Like I said, making script notes, coaching actors, and making sure scenes are as accurate as possible. He says it's a lot of work, but he feels like it's such a privilege.
I'm there for the whole time that they're shooting, and I'm there to sort of make sure that things look realistic and that everyone's saying the words the right way and people are kind of like reacting the right way. It's been really gratifying, like to see that they actually did pull it off.
And they really do pull it off. They really do.
It sounds like a really cool show. And I know what I'm going to do when I don't leave my house this weekend.
Literally. I think you would love it. It's like one of those shows where people are just like really good at their job. And you're like, thank God there are people like this out there who just know what they're doing. It's amazing. But yeah, I mean, they pull it off because the pit has been renewed for a third season.
I remember you telling me months ago about this new show, and it's so good.
Yes.
And here it is. That's cool.
Yeah,
Very
every
cool.
Thursday night. And the season 2 finale airs April 16th. So, Johnny, if you do want to catch up, you have time.
I could binge it.
You could totally binge it.
I will watch it. You have my word.
Amazing. I love it. Watched a lot of TV this weekend because it's going to be crazy. Stay inside, stay safe. Thank you, everyone, for listening here to 4 Things to Know. With Johnny Connor, I'm Maria Lizignoli, and we're here with the news you need every weekday afternoon by 3 o'clock.
Listen to 4 Things to Know, a WCCO daily news podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Maria Lizignoli, and this podcast comes to you from the WCCO podcast studio.
I'm Johnny Connor, and this is where you'll find the latest news of the day with us on 4 Things to Know.
I'm Mariel Mose, and I bring you the stories behind the female athletes redefining the game on Women in Sports.
I'm Adam Duxter. Join me for a deep dive into faith and what it means to Minnesotans around the state on Bigger Than Belief.
Stay in the know on the go with the WCCO podcast studio. Go to WCCO.com/podcasts.